So we've got the most fabulous underarm to do a demonstration of an underarm wax for you so that we can really focus in and look on the direction of hair growth. So every underarm can have anything between 1 and 6 hair growth directions, so just different ways that the hairs are growing, and we need to make sure that our patch application goes with each of those directions. So we're going to start with cleansing with the Outback Organics gel cleanser, and we're going to work with our opposite hand to work with us to stretch the skin whilst we're working with the cleanser. So as opposed to it just being a simple wipe over, we're really going to make sure that we get the gel cleanser into the skin so we can soften and hydrate the area that we're pulling the terminal hair out from. So just using that opposite hand and stretch, and we're going to go with and against the hair growth direction so that we can really work the product in. And just making sure that opposite hand is stretching the skin around it to support the cleanse. Once we've done the cleanse, we're going to get the botanical oil. Just protect your client's face with your hand or a tissue, and we're just going to simply do 1 or 2 sprays. Take a tissue, and we're going to use a folded tissue to wipe away the excess of the oil, but the oil's working into the skin, so it's also doing the prep that we need so that we can make sure the hair releases from the follicle nicely without any breakage. So again, use that opposite hand just to work with you. And we're going to go against the hair and with the hair, and this is the opportunity when you're tissuing to really focus in on where that hair growth direction is going. So you should be able to see that this lower hair here is growing in this direction. We've got this hair here, which generally on most people always grows up, and then it's always a little bit fuzzy in the middle as to where everything goes. So I'm going to start by removing this hair and this lower hair here. Okay, so our first application, all we're going to need is just a small matchstick amount of our wax on the top of the spatula, and we're going to use that left hand. So I want you to have a look at the skin when it's stretched and when I let go of it. And I'm just going to draw the wax in the direction that the hair is growing, and then I'm going to let go of that stretch and allow the wax to set. I'm going to put a second patch on, and I'm just going to go for this lower hair here, but using that opposite hand to stretch the skin. If you can, try and do a few paints of your wax, because it will really help to just hit that hair and allow the wax to shrink onto the hair. Remove the stretch. We're going to keep that spatula to remove this first patch, so that left hand or the opposite hand is going to go in, do a stretch, lift an edge, and we're going to move this thumb right up to the edge of the patch here to make sure that we're fully supporting the skin. You can do a two-way stretch to really make sure that entire area of skin is really stretched. I've done half. I'm going to move the stretch up now and all. I'm going to put my next patch on. So this client's got a wonderful dense hair growth, so we're going to do a couple of overlays, which is quite possible to do with these waxes. I'm now going to hit this hair which is coming in an upward direction, and I can tie these few hairs that haven't come out in as well. So just using that left hand to stretch the skin. So I've just slightly changed the angle of application based on where that hair is growing. I'm going to put a stretch in to remove this one. Get that bit out. Put your stretch in halfway, all the way. I'm going to do another upward. This hair here is all growing up. So I'm going to stretch behind where I'm applying. Come back to remove this one. So again, put that hand in for a stretch. Put You stretch right under the patch and off. Now we've cleared that whole area. I'm actually going to remove this patch as well with the same spatula. Just always making sure that stretches immediately under your patch so that I'm supporting the skin all the way along for the removal. So I've just got this little bit left in the middle here. So this hair grows up, and I'm just going to tie in a couple of these that haven't come out. So a nice stretch behind where I'm applying. Got a dud spatula. Now if you have got just the one patch left, you can use a cold cotton wool and just wipe over, cold wet cotton wool, sorry. Beautiful.